Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you guys some organizational systems that I have put in place in our new kitchen. We have been here for about 4 months at this point, and I have been seriously very much interested in organizing this whole entire place. We moved from a really small apartment to a house that was like 3 times its size, or that is about 3 times its size. So it's been really important to me to make this place functional and organized. So today I'm gonna walk you guys through the systems that we have in place in the kitchen. I have already covered the pantry and I have already covered the laundry room, just like simple stuff that we have been doing so far. I don't really care if things look super decorative or gorgeous or whatever. I need stuff to be functional. I need to know where stuff is. So today I'm just gonna be strictly talking about the kitchen. So I think I would be remiss to not at least mention the pantry. Of course, I already did a full-blown video on it showing you guys what all I purchased for it and how I organized the pantry, but obviously it's a major part of the kitchen. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the organizational systems that I have in place in the pantry. Bins, baskets, containers, and more bins and baskets and containers. I have a lot of bins, baskets, and containers in the pantry because I want to be able to know, not only do I want to be able to see what we have in the pantry, but I want to be able to know how much we have so I can know whether we need to get more or whatever the case is without surfing through stuff. In our apartment we had a decent sized pantry, but it was more narrow, so we had to do a lot of digging to see what was in there, and it was just stressful. I am happy that this one is wide and has a little bit more width to it, or probably 3 times as much width as the old one. So I'm happy about that, and I wanted to take advantage of that, just laying out everything and making sure that everything has a proper place. I have also implemented in the pantry alone some labeling. Again, I want to make sure I know where everything is and I don't have to surf through a whole bunch of stuff to get what I need. It was really important to make sure that I had clear baskets, bins, and containers as well. Like I said, I want to know what I have and how much of it I have. I do like a little bit of farmhousey type, a little farmhouse vibe to our home in general. So I really like the non-transparent baskets, but I wanted to make sure that those were on eye level so that I could actually see what was inside of them. Putting those at the top wouldn't really have done me a lot of good. So I wanted to make sure that any non-transparent container or basket was at least at eye level. So now that we got the pantry out the way, let's actually work our way around the kitchen. We kind of skipped the refrigerator, but I wanted to go ahead and talk about the pantry and get that out of the way. So our refrigerator is somewhat organized, but one system that I have adopted or put in place is taking all of our canned drinks out of the box and just putting them on display in the refrigerator so we can easily see what we have and just grab it and go. That has been literally the best because I know when we're getting low, I don't have to first of all, my husband will leave an empty box in the refrigerator, no problem, but I don't have to dig my arm in, the large canned boxes. I don't have to do all of that. I can just see what we have, grab and go, whatever the case is, keep it moving. So obviously we do have a lot of cabinets and drawers in the kitchen, but not all of them are organized. So I don't really see this huge point in talking about unorganized spaces. But the first cabinet that I think is actually organized is our spices. The cabinet is actually for all of our condiments, but I keep our seasonings on the bottom shelf, and obviously that's purposeful because we use the seasonings, I think, more than anything else, or it's the first thing that we use whenever we're preparing some type of meal. Our seasonings are on Lazy Susans, which I got from at-home stores, which I literally am obsessed with having them on Lazy Susans. You probably saw some Lazy Susans in the pantry as well. I have some of our canned goods on there. We don't have a lot of canned goods. We pretty much eat vegetables out of the bag, frozen vegetables. So we don't have a lot of canned goods. But anyway, the Lazy Susan situation is literally life because we can see what all we have really easily. One tip that I want to give out is make sure that you're facing your seasonings towards you if you are using a Lazy Susan or whatever you're using, whatever you have inside of the Lazy Susan. So when you turn it, you can actually see what you have. And the Lazy Susan isn't technically saving a lot of space, but it's saving a lot of time. So instead of having to surf through the seasonings, moving stuff out the way, knocking stuff over accidentally, I can just spin the Lazy Susan, get what I need, keep it moving. So next up, we have some plate holders in our cabinet. And those are for not only plates, but you can also use them for bowls as well. I purchased those at IKEA. I like them because they had that bamboo look and they actually are adjustable. So keep that in mind if you do go to IKEA or if you pick up some or order some. Now, the best part about it is that they are actually adjustable. So you might be thinking like, how is this saving you any space? Like, how is this making you any more organized? And I'll tell you, all of my plates, bowls, saucers, etc. have a home. So instead of my husband unloading the dishwasher and just throwing my bowls and plates wherever, stacking them on top of each other, they're actually organized and they have a place. I'm not a fan of like surfing through saucers trying to get a bowl or surfing through bowls trying to get a saucer. I'm not a fan of that. So I like having my saucers in one place, my bowls in another place, and then my, average or regular size plates or my plates in their own separate space as well. So I would say our utensils drawer is my favorite. I have in there 2 bamboo organizers, and I needed 2 because one of them, the ones that I had found, would not span the width of the entire drawer. So I just purchased 2 of them. I do have them each kind of expanded just a little bit, and as you can see, I have like our spoons in one place, like our smaller spoons. I know there's proper terminology for this, but I don't know what it is. So small spoons in one section, large spoons, small forks, large forks, knives. Also, I have a place for like some of our grilling utensils and also like a little area for our alcohol utensils. Next up, we kind of have like a junk drawer, but it's kind of organized. So I have some little organizers in there, and the main focus of that drawer, I think the main reason why it gets open is because it has the lids to our cups in there. I was tired of trying to like figure out what the heck to do with the lids. At one point I was like throwing them inside of the cup cabinet, but that was just annoying and they were getting lost. So I was like, I'm just gonna put them all down below in one area. Everybody knows where they are. Also, we have like chopsticks in there and some other like little random condiments. So basically, I don't like getting a bunch of, like, I'm not a person to just be like super wasteful, so I'm not gonna ask Chick-fil-A for like 30 sauces whenever I know I'm only gonna realistically use 1 or 2. So I don't have a lot of like random condiments, but sometimes when we do delivery or even sometimes when we do takeout, they'll give like an excess amount of condiments, and the ones that don't necessarily need to be refrigerated, I put in that drawer as well. Next up, we have our Maid Caddy. Now this serves 2 purposes. One is for the cleaners, the teenage cleaners who come and clean our home or who did pre-COVID, and so they can just grab and go. And then the other reason is it's actually like our own grab and go caddy as well. So if you notice, you don't really see like any like of your average kitchen supplies. That's because I have those stored in a different cabinet, and the caddy just has pretty much like anything I would need to use for any other area in the house. So if I need to clean something upstairs, I can grab the caddy and go. So next up, we have the trash organizational system. Obviously, we upgraded that and had that come with the home whenever they were building it and whenever we purchased it. But I like it because there's a place for us to put our trash, obviously. And yes, you're looking at real trash. And then there's also a place to put our trash bags. So we don't have to go looking in any cabinet or anywhere extra for our trash bags. They're right where they are supposed to be. Just a side note, we do actually have a recycling trash container, but that is in a different area, and I ended up having to implement that system randomly because I was like, oh, there's no place for my stuff that I want to recycle. So I just bought a little recycling bin from Home Depot or Lowe's, put a trash bag in it, and actually threw it under the counter. It's actually right by the Maid Caddy. Next up, we have 2 cabinets where I am storing my serving supplies or my party supplies, basically all of my porcelain and whatnot. I could probably condense the 2 if I tried really hard, but it's really not that big of a deal. And then the final organizational system that we have in the home is like an organized junk drawer. Right now we have our lighters in there, obviously because I'm always lighting candles and we're lighting the grill quite frequently, and pretty much just like a hodgepodge of electronics and like chargers, MacBook charger, iPhone charger, and sometimes there's even some filming equipment in there. So it's a little chaotic, but I call it organized chaos because there is some organization to the junk drawer. Okay, so that is it for the organizational systems that I have put in place thus far. Obviously our kitchen isn't like massive or anything, so I don't know how many more little systems I'm gonna put in place, but when I do, I will be sure to share those with you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Come back next week-ish for my next organizational video, which I think is gonna be the closet. So that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.